Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, May 24th, 2016. My name is Cliff Backus, and this is your PushButtonStockTrading.com daily video market review. Let's get started this morning with our Spectrum Analyzer. It's important that we identify where the leadership in the market is. To that end, we use HGSI, High Growth Stock Investors Spectrum Analyzer, to identify market leadership on a daily basis. Yesterday, of the top 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups, 18 came from the biotech industry, 14 came from application software, 9 came from semiconductor devices, 7 came from specialty pharma, and rounding out the top 5, we had cement and aggregates, semiconductor manufacturing, infrastructure software, and communication equipment, all with 3 stocks each in the 100 most powerful stocks in the most powerful industry groups. This is a lot of biotech. That's kind of interesting because we haven't seen a lot of biotech recently. Application software we've seen quite a bit of, semiconductor devices we've seen quite a bit of, and specialty pharmaceuticals. We've seen cement and aggregates recently. These might be good places to look for leadership in this market. Let's take a look at the Russell 2000. Yesterday was an interesting day for the Russell. The Russell was down 0.9 of a point, or 0.08%. We closed at 1111, and even though the Russell was down yesterday, it still managed to close above this downward sloping trend line. Essentially a very weak break out of that down trend line. The Russell failed at its 50-day moving average. We'll see if we can take out that area today. In the meantime, I believe that the Russell's the key to the market going forward. The Russell's getting stronger here, and so the overall market may be putting in a little bit of a bottom here, at least a short-term bottom. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's see what the NASDAQ Composite's up to. But before we do that, after starting the day higher, stocks drifted lower into the close yesterday. Trading volume was light. The Russell 2000 closed above its recent short-term downtrend, but was not very impressive in doing so. The Russell closed lower in spite of the breakout, failing to recapture its 50-day moving average. In spite of closing lower, the NASDAQ also remains above its short-term downtrend. Distribution, or selling by professional money managers, remains a concern in this market. The NASDAQ is now sporting a very high 9 distribution days in the past month. The S&P 500 has 7. While down from recent extremes, these remain very high distribution day counts. Accordingly, the Investors.com market outlook is indicating an uptrend under pressure. Meanwhile, the number of stocks in the S&P Composite 1500 trading above their 9-day moving averages bettered those trading above their 50-day. This changes our market timing models to a margin signal on the S&P 500 and an aggressive buy signal on the NASDAQ. The margin signal on the S&P indicates that conservative traders should be working toward fully invested. An aggressive buy signal on the NASDAQ indicates that aggressive traders can also buy stocks but shouldn't be employing margin at this point. Monday, declining issues edged advancers. New highs bettered new lows. According to our Ramosi ratio, small capitalization stocks bettered large, but large continue to outperform on a 10-day moving average basis. The bulls prefer to see small caps outperform. While the past few sessions have been more constructive for the bulls, this remains a market in flux. The NASDAQ has broken its short-term downtrend, but the S&P has not. Both the S&P and the NASDAQ are below their 50-day moving averages. Our distribution count is extremely high, and to add to the confusion, Our market timing model on the S&P is now on our most aggressive buy signal. Stay tuned for whatever happens next, but be cautious and keep your stops in place. Okay. NASDAQ Composite yesterday was down 3.78 points or 0.08%. We closed at 47.65, and although we closed at the bottom of our daily trading range and closed lower, we closed above this short-term downtrend, giving a little bit of hope to the bulls. The trading volume on the NASDAQ yesterday was below the prior day. For you followers of William O'Neill, we are in an uptrend under pressure. We've been in an uptrend since February 18th. Right now, the NASDAQ has 9 distribution days. That's a lot of distribution, although we haven't seen a lot of distribution in the past few days. And that's encouraging. NASDAQ right now seems to be bracketed by support at this downtrend line and resistance up here in the 4,900 area. The NASDAQ right now is on an aggressive buy signal. An aggressive buy signal indicates that aggressive traders can buy stocks but shouldn't be employing margin. Let's see what the S&P 500 is up to. Yesterday, the S&P was down 4.28 points, or a little bit better than 0.2%. We closed at 2048. Seem to have balked again at our 50-day moving average. Notice how we tested the 50-day on Friday and failed there. Yesterday we didn't even test it. Trading volume yesterday was fairly light and well below average. The S&P is in an uptrend under pressure with 7 distribution days in the past month. That distribution, which even at 7 days is very high, is the reason that our uptrend is currently under pressure. Right now the NASDAQ is bracketed by support down here in the 2044 area and resistance at this short-term downtrend line. If we were to break above that downtrend line, our next area of resistance is going to be the 2116 area. Yesterday, the S&P 500 switched to a margin signal. A margin signal indicates that more conservative traders should be working their way back toward fully invested. This is a market that's still very squirrely. As I said earlier, stay tuned for what happens next, but be cautious and keep your stops in place. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about any of the stocks mentioned today or any of our market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or make an appointment. Come by the office, see what we're up to. Contact information is on the home page. Please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at PushButtonStock. Again, my name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohanneson Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohanneson Liqueurs Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & LaCours, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries, and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push-button stock trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push-button stock trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push-button stock trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push-button stock trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push-button stock trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.